Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are building a spooky house for The Sims 4. So this is a spooky house because today is Halloween when this is going up. Well, it's also Halloween when I'm recording this voiceover, so that's, good. So this is a spooky old house that I built over the course of the last 2 days because I wanted to build something spooky because I don't ever build anything spooky. Most of mine are nice, cute family homes or pirate ships. So I built this house. I had a lot of fun. I looked at a reference photo and off of Pinterest. So I looked up spooky house and I found a house that I liked and I decided to build it. It was like a painting, and so I built that house into this, and I like it a lot because I just had a picture of the front, so I had to go off of what I wanted the sides and the back to look like. And I think it turned out really good. I'm not exactly sure if I pulled off spooky. The outside looks spooky. The inside just looks old. So that's something. But there's gravestones. So that's a spooky element. They're hidden around the lot. Well, they're mostly hidden behind plants. So, you have some, clues. I think it'd be really funny for someone to just download it off of the gallery. Is it on the gallery right now? I don't know. It'll be up when this video goes up. I'll double check. But I think it'd be really funny for someone to download this off the gallery, not knowing that it's a spooky house or that it has gravestones, and then they just find a gravestone on their lot and they're like, oh, what's this from? So yeah. But there's gravestones who I'm imagining are from the past owners, or whoever lived there before whoever's living there now. I feel like this would be a house that they peer pressured small kids into venturing up to on Halloween. It's one of those houses. So here you can see that I'm adding these windows from the base game all around them because I thought they were cool, and they had the black shutters with the white frame, so I thought that fit the black color scheme that I was going for. The entire house is really just black and white, so old picture thing, but then there's also maroon chairs in the inside, so that's fun. So you see just black and white, and then there's just a bright red chair. It's not bright, it's just it's dark red, but with the rest of the house it's what is that doing here? But there's 3 of those chairs in the house, but mostly everything else is black and white, and then the plants are green entirely because I would imagine it's kind of chilly. They've been around there for a while. The plants are overgrown because no one's living here, or they don't care enough to take care of the plants. So I put a bunch of plants, and that's where the gravestones are hiding. Yeah. So I put a lot of plants, and some of the plants I cut out. I did it after I finished recording, cause I figured out the trees were poking through the house slightly. I don't know how I didn't notice that. They were very obviously poking into the house, but I don't do the trees until almost last, so that's probably why. So I fixed that, and then I added some more plants, and then I went in and added the gravestones because I didn't know if I was allowed to kills people on YouTube. That sounds weird, but I killed Sims to get the gravestones because the one from Debug didn't work out. They kept disappearing, so I got my own. That sounds really weird. And here you can see I'm fiddling with the roof a lot because it goes up to the direct edge of the side of the wall, and so I had to mess with the roofs a lot. It was challenging, but it was fun because I like messing with roofs because they're hard sometimes, and it's a challenge. So you can see that there's an entire 3rd story. I don't actually do anything with it. That was my plan to put something up there, but I just didn't. So you want to play with this house and add a spooky dungeon in the attic, you can. But it's currently only 2 stories with just more older looking furniture and stuff in it. It looks eerie because there's nothing out. There's little to no clutter. It looks like they just disappeared, but they were planning on going disappearing because everything's nicely put away. There's no dishes anywhere. It's all clean and pristine. So that's also how it's eerie because there's literally nothing that's that would make it spooky. I'm just making up for the fact that I didn't do very good at making that inside spooky, but it's kind of spooky on the outside, and like in the darkness, it's pretty spooky. I'm building it in like the morning time because the lighting on this lot in the other times where you couldn't see anything, and I wanted you to be able to see what I was building. Also, these lights don't stay. I just wanted to have lights in there so I could build the floor plan. So those lights get replaced with like I think base game lights that are kind of like a yellowy tone. I thought that was really funny because it's like entirely yellow on the inside because black and white, and then this just like harsh yellow lights, which I think the original lights aren't I like make them more yellow in like the lighting category, but I have to like bring a sim here. You can probably see partway through that I paused to go get a sim, but you can't see it because I cut that part out. So here I finished the floor plan. The floor plan wasn't that hard, but it also wasn't easy because it's a pretty big house. It's not the biggest house that I've ever done. Like, I just finished renovating the Bailey Moon Manor, and that thing's huge. It's also up on my gallery if you want to go download that. It took me 7 hours, so it's probably better than the original one. And then I'm currently I'm currently editing the Ward Den, Judith Ward's house, and that video is gonna go up next Friday. So this coming Friday? I don't know how to say that, but it's coming up on Friday. So the next Friday that you see a video, that's what the video is gonna be, hopefully, unless I don't finish it in time. But we've got time. I have some days off because of election day, and so that's fun. And so I have extra time to spend 7 hours renovating a house. I hope it doesn't take 7 hours again. But this house I don't know what to do with it because it's like more of like a classic style mansion. And I don't ever build the only bigger houses I make are modern ones because I don't know how to make bigger looking houses look good other than that. So I just don't. So I don't build big houses. This is like pretty big of a house. This is a fairly big house for what I usually make. I make a lot of little houses. Here you can see the kitchen. I use the Realm of Magic oven and stove, and then like the Realm of Magic counters. I don't use those very often, but I thought they fit because they're black, and then they have like a tiled pattern on the top. I thought that was cool, but then I used the base game cupboards up above them because they don't have matching cupboards. So I used those in the black swatch as well. So they somewhat match, but the handles don't really, they're the same color, but they don't match in like the style. But like you can't tell that easily. And then here I'm taking out all of the lights and putting these chandelier kind of yellowy lights in. And here you can see that like the walls were black and white, but it's also, you can tell with the lights it turns very yellowy. So I had a very hard time telling what was black. So I put it out front and was looking at the colors and then put it in. So that's what you're seeing. So that's really funny. So you can see me pulling out the chairs and putting them outside and then putting them back inside the house because you can see that the chairs here look green, but they're actually gray. So, that was my predicament. Here you can see that I'm putting flowers down and then a bookshelf. It's kind of barren, but I didn't know what to put in these big rooms. I don't ever know what to put in the big rooms. So here you can see those, the bright red chairs. Oh, did I change them to white? Oh, so they're just in one of the kids' rooms. Oh, and the kitchen. Okay. So they're in the kitchen and they're in one of the bedrooms. But everything else is like black and white and then like brick. So, yeah. And I use these like black couches from university because I like the pattern because they looked kind of old, kind of like they've been there for a while. And so that was fun. I also don't have vampires, which is like obviously like the stereotypical, I'll use that for a spooky build, but I don't own that pack. I have spooky stuff, and that's not really spooky. It's just tables covered in ghost cloths and pumpkins. So I think I used the paintings from that pack with like the moving people. I think that one's the moving people. Either that or the Windenburg ones have the moving people, but I used creepy paintings from spooky stuff. And that is all I used from spooky stuff, but like it's a Halloween build, so I was trying, but it didn't work out very well because I didn't know what to put in the house because the spooky stuff things just don't fit. They're not that spooky, I guess. I don't find them spooky. And there's not like any like cobwebs or anything in the house, because like the only ones that I have are the ones that come with spooky stuff, and they're flat. Are those the ones that have like the spider webs or the spiders that come off of them? I don't know. I don't really remember. I don't play with houses that have cobwebs that often. So here you can see that I'm building an office. It has like big bookcases because I didn't know what to put in the area. But then it also has this like easel, which I don't know if it is black or brown. Cannot tell. No clue. But it fit, and I wanted more skill building items just in case you wanted to play in this build. Oh, and I have this bad habit. Well, it's not like necessarily bad, but it's annoying. I do the entirety of the downstairs before the upstairs floor plan even. So like hopefully it works out very well, because I've already done the entirety of the downstairs. But it worked out fine. The rooms are kind of oddly shaped, and they're big because I didn't want to decorate that many bedrooms. But I figured it out. They're pretty big. There's 4 bedrooms, and it can sleep like 6 Sims is what I'm imagining, because there's 2 Sims in the master bedroom, and then there's 2 like teenager beds, and then there's 2 beds in one room that are like children's beds. So, that's fun. And you can see that I did this like fun tile pattern in the bathrooms and the kitchen. Did I already talk about that? I don't think so. But I did this fun tile pattern in the kitchen and the bathrooms because, it's fancy. So you want to, spend some more time placing, tiles. Wow. I mixed those 2 words up. They're not even close. So here you can see that I'm just decorating the bathrooms. They're exactly the same, and I'm turning the camera around really quickly because I'm decorating them all at the same time. I do that a lot. I just like counter, and then just like fill them all up really quickly because I want to get them over with, because I don't like decorating bathrooms at all. And here you can see I put a shower in like all of the bathrooms. I think there's like one that doesn't have a shower, maybe, not sure. Maybe the downstairs ones, there's a couple that don't, like those. These are the paintings I was talking about that I put in like the formal living room. I don't know what they do, but that is the only thing I use. But I was looking through the spooky stuff, and I was like, I don't know if I want to use any of these things, so I just used those paintings. So if you don't have spooky stuff and you want to download this thing, you're not gonna be missing anything other than those paintings, and those aren't that important. And this house is also probably really expensive because I used like $8,000 paintings in the house like twice. So, and then like the house is big, and then like I use like expensive like kitchen appliances. So it's a bit expensive. But like this is like a fun build that's supposed to be for Halloween, so it's not like I was, restricting budget or anything. Here, this is like the children's bedroom. It's very dark, and there's like no toys, or like a toy. I don't really remember. But here you can see that I'm like splitting up the beds because I wanted them to be far apart, because I wanted them to like take up part of the room. And then there's 2 rugs. They're also black. And then here I put like, oh yeah, there's that Strangerville toy. Oh, I did put toys. Oh, I don't remember that at all. So there's 2 toys on the ground, and then a Strangerville toy that I don't think you can play with, but it still looks creepy. Because I was like, yeah, the Strangerville toys are kind of creepy. Not really. But here you can see I'm putting a lot of paintings in the kids' rooms because, like, they're kind of boring. But, like, I wanted them to look kind of eerie. So here, this is one of, like, the teen bedrooms. The master bedroom is very huge, so it has like an entire like sitting area in there. But this is like a teen's room. It doesn't really look like a teen's room, but it's like bedrooms that I imagine like one person would sleep in, but they're also huge. So I don't know. You can sleep whoever you want in this house. This room is more like white than the other ones because it has like a big white rug, and then like the bedspread is kind of white. Here you can see that I'm putting the trees down, and here that tree, and also the trees I put behind the house in that corner right there, those are all poking into the house somewhat. And then I move it forward in the lot slightly, and then I try and put a fence, but I decided to just put 2 like strips of fences on the sides of the house because, that's like the area where they'd, like hang out if there were, actual living people here, but maybe the ghosts want to hang out there. Oh, and also I put a table out here. It's not there yet. I don't put it there for a period of time, but it disappeared before I took the screenshots, so there's no table there anymore. You can put the table there if you want, but like it's fine. But I put a lot of plants. There's plants here, and then I cut out the plants next, like across from this. Like across from this is a very vague description of it, but you can see it later. There's plants everywhere. And yeah, I put the plants. I put in more cheats in because I wanted to find gravestones because I didn't want to kill Sims, but then I just ended up doing it. So I scroll through debug forever, and then they just end up not working. And so I tried to put a pond, and then I decided that it looked weird. See, yeah, that's the tree that's poking through the wall. Like, it's like entirely in the kitchen. So, and then I put a lot of plants here. I didn't cut these plants out because I didn't want to. And, you know, I can talk over the plants. So I put a lot of plants. I put a lot of these, like, green plants. And then I put, like, these, like, I think they said azalea, but I don't really remember. I use the plants a lot because, like, they're small and they're, like, not, you know, that vibrant. See, that's the table I was talking about. No longer there. But, like, it's okay. And then I put, plants over here. So it's the plants behind the tree that I said was in the kitchen. Those are the plants that I cut out. And here I have the terrain paint, and luckily I didn't have to redo the terrain paint on this lot, because sometimes the terrain paint disappears when I reload the lot, and I reloaded this lot like 3 or 4 times. So here you can see I put like a bunch of like fun skill building kind of like planting stuff everywhere. So I think it's almost screenshots time, so I post 4 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So you can watch another video on Monday. Bye.